Hello, this is Anviti. Welcome to the news with NDTV. It's Tuesday, April 1st. Coming up in today's episode, famous Yeshu Yeshu prophet imprisoned for life following rape conviction. BJP delegation blocked from visiting Hyderabad University campus amid deforestation and land row protest. Supreme Court slaps rupees 50 lakh fine on Uttar Pradesh officials for illegal bulldozer action. And row over Muhammad Yunus' remarks against Northeast India. Pastor Bajinder Singh, a self-styled Christian preacher, has been sentenced to life imprisonment in connection with a 2018 rape case. The 42-year-old, who became quite famous on the internet, being known as Yeshu Yeshu prophet, was convicted by a court in Mohali, Punjab. He has been sentenced under sections 376 for rape, 323 for voluntary causing hurt, and 506 criminal intimidation of the Indian Penal Code. Singh is currently incarcerated in Patiala jail. The case dates back to 2018 when a woman filed a complaint at Zirakpur police station accusing Singh of exploiting her. She claimed that Singh had promised her to help her travel abroad and then raped her at his residence in Mohali's Sector 63. The victim also alleged that Singh recorded the assault and threatened to release the video on social media if she did not comply with his demands. While Singh has been convicted, 5 other individuals involved in the case, Akbar Bhatti, Rajesh Chaudhary, Jatinder Kumar, Sitar Ali, and Sandeep Pahalwan, were acquitted. In addition to the rape case, there are further troubles for Singh ahead. Earlier this month, Mohali police registered charges against him for an assault after a video went viral showing him arguing with a woman and then slapping her multiple times. The footage is said to be from February 14th of this year and shows Singh in a room throwing papers at the woman before striking her. Furthermore, Singh is also under investigation for a sexual harassment complaint filed by a 22-year-old woman on February 28th. The woman has accused him of sending inappropriate messages, calling her to his office, and making unwanted advances. Singh has dismissed these allegations as baseless. To investigate these claims, the police have formed a special investigation team. Meanwhile, Singh, who began preaching in 2012, gained a significant following, claiming to perform miracles for healing ailments. He runs the Church of Glory and Wisdom in Jalandhar along with another church in Mohali. Supporters claim that his ministry has branches both across India as well as internationally. His YouTube channel, Prophet Bajinder Singh, has over 3.74 million subscribers, where his sermons are broadcast live. A BJP delegation was stopped from entering Hyderabad University campus amid ongoing protests against tree felling and land row. Tensions escalated at Hyderabad Central University today as protests against the Telangana government's redevelopment plans for 400 acres of land near the university intensified. The dispute centers on the ownership of the land, which the government claims belongs to it, while students and environmental activists argue it is a part of the university as well as vital for ecological preservation. The situation turned political as BJP MLAs attempted to visit the protesting students but were blocked by the police. Aleti Maheshwar Reddy, the BJP's floor leader in Telangana Assembly, alleged he was placed under house arrest without prior notice. Other BJP leaders were similarly detained, with videos showing police preventing them from leaving their headquarters. The protest began on Sunday when bulldozers arrived to clear the disputed land. Students climbed atop the machinery, shouting slogans and demanding a halt to the redevelopment. The student union claims this area is home to a diverse flora and fauna and includes iconic sites like the Mushroom Rock. They have vowed to continue boycotting classes until police and bulldozers are removed and have demanded written assurance that the land will be registered under the university. BJP MLA Payal Shankar told ANI, and I quote, "The government can bring money from wherever it wants, but it cannot generate another land adjacent to the university. They should withdraw the thoughts of selling these 400 acres of land." Unquote. The Telangana government asserts legal ownership of the land, citing a Supreme Court ruling from May 2024 that upheld its claim. It plans to auction the land for IT infrastructure development, arguing that it aligns with sustainable urban priorities. However, environmentalists and students have warned of irreversible ecological damage, accusing the government of prioritizing commercial interests. Meanwhile, many have also claimed that the land technically comes under forest area and it needs center's approval for any development process. Chief Minister Revant Reddy dismissed allegations that it was encroachment, stating that no lake or forest land existed within the redevelopment site. He accused political leaders and realty groups of misleading students for vested interests. Meanwhile, BRS MLA K.T. Ramarao criticized the Congress government for clearing greenery during holidays, calling it a crime against Hyderabad's future. In a strong criticism of bulldozer action in Uttar Pradesh, the Supreme Court has slapped a fine of rupees 50 lakh against offending officers. Supreme Court today came down heavily against the Uttar Pradesh government and the Prayagraj administration for their bulldozer action in the city, describing it as unconstitutional and inhumane. A bench of Justices A.S. Oka and Justice Ujjwal Bhuiya stated, and I quote, "This shocks our conscience. There is something called right to shelter, due process of law," unquote, while ordering a compensation of rupees 10 lakh for homeowners who sought relief through the court. The court had earlier condemned the Uttar Pradesh government for demolishing the homes of a lawyer, a professor, and several others without following due process. Advocate Zulfikar Haider, Professor Ali Ahmed, and three others whose homes were destroyed informed the court that they had received demolition notices only the night before the bulldozer action took place. The petitioner's lawyer argued that the authorities had mistakenly identified the land as belonging to gangster Atik Ahmed, who was murdered in 2023, and had wrongly targeted the properties for demolition. The bench also expressed strong disapproval of how the demolition notices were served. While the State Council stated that the notices were affixed to the properties, the court questioned why they were not sent via registered post. Quote, "This affixing business must be stopped. They have lost their houses because of this, and fixed compensation of rupees 10 lakh in each case. This is the only way to do this, so that this authority will always remember to follow due process," unquote, said Justice Oka. The court further remarked that these cases shock our conscience. Residential premises of the appellants have been high handedly demolished in a manner which we have discussed in detail. It also noted that the residents affected were not given a reasonable opportunity to respond to the demolition notices. Quote, "The authorities, and especially the Development Authority, must remember that the right to shelter is also an integral part of Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Carrying out demolition in such a manner shows insensitivity on the part of statutory development authority." In its order, the court stressed on the importance of adhering to due process and ensuring that citizens' fundamental rights, including the right to shelter, are protected. Indian leaders have called out Muhammad Yunus's comments on Northeast India and called them threatening and offensive. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma described Bangladesh interim government's chief advisor Yunus's comments as offensive, while Congress leader Pawan Khera criticized Bangladesh's approach, calling it a threat to the Northeast and questioning India's foreign policy. A video of Yunus's comments, reportedly recorded during his 4-day visit to China, has been widely circulated online. In the video, he states, and I quote, "The 7 states of India, the eastern part of India, they are called Seven Sisters. They are a landlocked region of India. They have no way to reach out to the ocean," unquote. He adds that Bangladesh serves as the guardian of the ocean for these states and suggests that this could open up opportunities for China's economy. These remarks come amid Bangladesh's growing ties with China following the removal of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government last year. India, which had provided refuge to Sheikh Hasina, is closely monitoring the interim government's geopolitical actions. Tensions between Dhaka and Delhi have risen after India expressed concerns over reports of attacks on minorities in Bangladesh. In a diplomatic gesture on Bangladesh's Liberation Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi wrote to Yunus reaffirming India's commitment to strengthening bilateral ties. Yunus's comments have further strained relations, however. Assam Chief Minister Sarma criticized the remarks, emphasizing the need to improve rail and road connections between the Northeast and the rest of India. Quote, The statement made by Muhammad Yunus, referring to the seven sister states as landlocked and positioning Bangladesh as the guardian of ocean access, is offensive and strongly condemnable. Sama then highlighted the strategic importance of the Chicken's Neck corridor in West Bengal, which connects the northeast to mainland China, surrounded by Nepal, Bangladesh, and Bhutan. Sharma proposed developing stronger transport links around the Chicken's Neck corridor and exploring alternative routes to bypass it. Quote, such provocative statements must not be taken lightly as they reflect deeper strategic considerations. Pradyot Manikya, leader of the Pramodha party in Tripura, also responded strongly. Quote, India should create a direct sea route by supporting indigenous communities who once ruled Chittagong, he said, criticizing the 1947 decision to cede the port despite local support for joining India. Congress leader Pawan Kheda accused Bangladesh of inviting China to encircle India. Quote, the Bangladesh government's approach is dangerous for our northeast. Our foreign policy is in a deplorable state. Unquote. Sanjeev Sanyal, a member of Prime Minister Modi's Economic Advisory Council, questioned Yunus's remark, asking why the landlocked status of seven Indian states was significant. Former Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Veena Sikri, condemned Yunus's statement, asserting that the Northeast is an integral part of India with formal agreements in place for access to the Bay of Bengal. That's all for today. You are listening to the news with NDTV, your daily newspaper and TV bulletin wrapped in a compact podcast. If you want to catch up with the day's events in a hurry, do remember to subscribe to the News with NDTV on Apple, Spotify, and the NDTV News app. This is your host Anviti, signing off.